Hi, this is Pastor James coming to you with an uplifting message to give you some encouragement. And after this message, I want to share some great things that are going on in the life of our community that I believe God is calling you to be a part of. Now, the big idea I want to share with you right now is this, that, a lot of people seem like they don't care. And that's true for relationships that they have with one another, and also true for the relationships that they have with God and with Jesus. And that's too bad because we're designed for relationships. See, God designed us for vital and quality relationships with both God and other people. But you might say that if the quality isn't there in a relationship, then the relationship isn't there at all either. Now, a question I want to ask you is this. How do you relate to the people at church? See, church is this microcosm of community. It's the greenhouse where community grows so vital and so rich. It's where we practice relationship and grow in relationship. And everything we do is meant to deepen our relationship with one another and with God. You see, Jesus is the one who started the church. In fact, the very first church gatherings were the 12 disciples, and Jesus taught them how to grow in a relationship with each other. And then in Scripture, we can find that the disciples actually taught one another. They taught the church members how to grow in the way that Jesus taught them to grow. And this is what it says in the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 1 through 2. It says these words, "As you know, we dealt with each of you like a father with his children, urging and encouraging you and pleading that you lead a life worthy of God." You see, the big idea is that we should care deeply, treat others as your own kids. You see, the world we live in has enough transactional relationships, enough relationships that are like a customer or an employee relationship. And Jesus instructed his disciples to have relationships like that of a family. That we should look upon the people that we meet at church, and actually even the people that we relate to in our lives, not as trivial, transactional people that we interact with, but actually treat them as though they're our own children. And if you start living like this, if you start to live as though the people you're talking to are people that you cared most deeply about in the whole entire world, you're going to have a much more fulfilling life. I pray that this message encourages you. And remember, you can always share the gospel with other people by sharing scripture with them, or you can just share this message with somebody else and maybe it will lift them up in their time of need. Now, we are starting a series here at Highlands Church, and this is what I wanted to talk to you about. It's called Abba, which is dad in Aramaic. It's how Jesus called God the Father. When he told his disciples to pray, he said, you should pray like this, saying Abba, meaning dad. And the prayer of Abba is something that can draw any Christ follower deep into relationship with God in 1 millisecond, no matter how bad or good their day has been. And so I'm going to be teaching this series on Abba, this powerful, powerful lessons of Jesus, and we are going to be going through that over the next 4 Sundays. So I really pray that you can join us. This is a deep and beautiful series. And the other thing I want to share with you is that on Father's Day, on Dad's Day, if you call it, that weekend, we are going to have Camp Highlands. Get your trailer, get your tents, get everything together, throw it in. There's no one who's going to be having more fun there than you if you go, because you're going to celebrate that experience of deep relationship with other people. There's nothing better you could do for Father's Day weekend. If you sign up for it, bring your whole entire family. We're providing the food, we're providing the activities, we're providing all of the fun, and we're providing a great, meaningful, wonderful weekend of fellowship and deep relationship where you can grow with other people. Now, one other thing I want to tell you about is this thing called VBS at Highlands Church, or Summer Spectacular. Last year, we had 135 kids from all over our community participate in this experience. And we want you to help, if you can, by either contributing your finances or, I'm telling you, we need an extra few hands on deck, some more volunteer leaders that can take that week at the end of June and spend the mornings from 9 a.m. to noon, maybe one morning, maybe 2 mornings, maybe all 5 mornings. You can come down to Highlands Church and you can celebrate and even be filled up yourself as you see all these kids being lifted up in huge ways. Now, these are just a few of the things that are going on at Highlands Church. If I went on and on, I'd be telling you about the Memorial Day flyover that we're going to have and the one service we'll have that day, where we are going to have an ice cream social on Memorial Day Sunday, where the whole community is invited and we will be able to invite our neighbors. I'd be telling you about that, but I'm not going to tell you about that. If I was telling you about everything that's going on here at Highlands Church, I'd be telling you about the vital men's ministries and women's ministries, the retreats that are coming up here in the fall that are going to be so incredible. I'd be telling you about the fundraiser coming up in actually October that is so exciting and we've been working on so much, but I'm not going to tell you about those things. See, I would be telling you about the youth programs and how they have 80 people going to them. They have 80 kids going to the youth program every single Wednesday night, middle school and high schoolers, and they are just expecting, and I think they're right, they're going to have 100 kids there soon. If I was telling you everything, I'd be telling you about that, but I'm not going to be telling you about those things. You see, I pray that you would actually have enough interest to take a minute and go on to the link that's provided in this message and scroll through the amazing things that are happening at Highlands, and even click on the Highlands Church newsletter link where you can follow through on prayer requests. You can find out how we're doing as a church in all different areas, and you can sign up for things from now all the way until Christmas. We try to provide everything for you to connect. Here's the thing. We love you so much. We want a deep relationship with you. We care about you. We love you, and we love your kids, and we love your family as our own children. And we are here for you every single day. So all you have to do is call. All you have to do is email, text us, let us know how you're doing. Let us know what we can pray for. Let us know what your praises are. Just take 1 minute and just reply and say, this is what I am so thankful to God for. And we are here for you to help in any way we can. We are so excited to be your church. God bless and take care.